I'm going to show you some awesome tips and best practices from beginner to advanced for your Fenix 8 watch. There are 5 buttons on a touch screen on this watch. This means we should be able to add shortcuts to some of the things that are most important to us. There's a lot we can do here, and I have some suggestions. So if I press and hold the middle left button and go to the watch settings, then system, then shortcuts, I can manage all available shortcuts. Notice the hold start shortcut is set to voice command by default. Now my suggestion is to keep it as is because it's really handy to control your watch like this. Think of it as a shortcut that allows you to do everything any other shortcut would do, plus more, and the positioning of this button is excellent, and I'm going to show you how to use it the right way in the next tip. Now for the hold back shortcut, I chose redshift because that's the fastest way of turning it on and off. For back plus up, I chose settings. For the back plus light combo, I chose broadcast HR, which is the fastest way to connect the watch to a treadmill or other equipment. For start plus up, I chose alarm clock, which is something I use frequently. Now, like I said, the voice commands is like shortcuts on steroids. You just need to know what to say. So I'll show you a list of examples of phrases you can say to control some of the functions of your watch. There are 2 types of commands that I keep using. The first one is starting any kind of activity. For example, start run, start strength. The other type of commands I use a lot are setting timers and alarms. For example, set a timer for 3 seconds. If you've already purchased this watch, I'm sure you know that it can track your overnight HRV and see it as HRV status on your watch, which is an indication of your autonomic nervous system's response to your environment, which is a great feature. But did you know that this watch has a leg up on some of the competition by allowing you to also track your HRV during training? This is not a very well-known feature, but it's really built for pros. And there are a few steps to getting it to work. So go to the settings, then system, then advanced, then data recording, and then turn on the log HRV option. But now nothing happens and you won't get any extra data on your Garmin Connect app. But what happens is that internally, these logs will be recorded as part of the .fit files. So what you need is a tool to extract this data. Now, I want to show you the best software that I know of for this purpose. You can use the link in the description to download the free version of this scientific tool, which I'm not affiliated with. After that, you need to connect your watch to your computer and find the .fit file under Garmin, Activity, for the activity you recorded. Then on this software, open that file. Then you're going to be able to professionally analyze your data. Did you know that you can take a screenshot of your watch? The secret to taking one is to assign that specific function to one of the shortcuts that you already know how to. Then use the shortcut and access that data or screenshot on your computer under Garmin Screenshots directory. Let's say you have an event coming up, one that lasts a long time, and you need to make sure your battery is, let's say, at least 40% charged. But what happens if you forget to charge your watch right before the event? Because let's face it, it's easy to forget with a watch like this that doesn't require you to charge every day. Well, there's a great feature on this watch that allows you to get low battery alerts, and that can be even as much as 5 days of battery capacity. So that means you'll get these alerts way before your watch is too low on battery. So use this feature to your advantage. If you want to extend the battery life during activities without turning on battery saver, first you can go to the settings, then power manager, and then activity power modes. From here you can check out each mode and their details, and if you want to edit those, or you can create your own mode, give it a name and define what things it should change during your activity. Then when you go to your activity and then activity options, from power mode, you can change the default mode to one of those modes from earlier. There is a way to make your watch more accurate, so all the sensor readings would become more accurate. From the settings, go to System, then Advanced, then Data Recording, and change the frequency from Smart to every second. The trade-off here is that your fit files will become larger, and as a result, they'll take more space on your watch. Because remember, it's true that it has 32 gigabytes of storage, but a good part of it is already taken by the system files. Not to mention its possible impact on the battery life. Still a cool feature to have, and I've turned on mine. Now, here's another trick for making your outdoor speed and distance calculations more accurate. And this is really only useful if your activity is taking place with at least a moderate amount of elevation changes. Then go to that specific activity. Then from Activity Options, scroll and find and turn on 3D speed and 3D distance. This way the watch calculates the speed and distance using those elevation changes and using horizontal movement. There's a way to create your very own watch face from scratch. It may not be very sophisticated and data rich, but if you put some time into it, you can make a good looking one. So first you need to install the Garmin Connect IQ app. Then on the Facet tab, tap the plus icon and then choose a preset background or create your own one. And then from the gallery, select it. After choosing your favorite one, select the layout. And don't worry about the data fields because they all allow you to choose 5 data fields or complications. Now choose your most important complications and then place them around the way you like. And then you can change the colors of almost everything. After saving it, install it and then it'll automatically appear on your watch. But if you've made multiple of these, there's no way to change them on the watch itself, and you just need to select and install them again on the Connect IQ app. If you do any activities that require you to follow a specific rhythm, you give this great built-in metronome feature a go. Just go to the activity you want, and from Activity Options, go to Metronome, turn on the status and set the beats per minute setting you want, and the alert frequency, and whether you want to hear a beep, vibration, both, or maybe none. Then you can preview it. And this preview feature alone is also great for some people who play some kind of musical instrument. One of the cool features of this watch is that you can share your activities and events with your contacts so they can watch them live on the map. To do that, from the settings, go to Safety and Tracking, then Live Track, turn on Auto Start, notify recipients, and choose who you want to track you live. If you don't see anyone, then go to the Garmin Connect app and then add them from there. Now here's a little cool feature that's so enticing and great to force oneself to make running a habit and keep making improvements. With the Fenix 8 watch, you can actually compete with yourself. And the way it works is that you use a past running activity to race yourself during your current run. So from the activities, select Run, then select Training from the menu below, and then Race Yourself. Then select a past running activity and just start it. Then you can see how far behind or ahead you are. The only thing is that you'll have to run the same distance as the old one, but of course you can stop it at any point you want. If you use the voice notes feature of the Fenix 8, there's a way to extract these voice memos. Simply connect your watch to your computer, then go to the Garmin folder, then Audio, and then Voice Notes to find all those recordings. As you know, the Fenix 8 has a built-in flashlight, but if you want to use it during your outdoor activity, you don't need to manually turn it on, but you can program it the way you want it to work automatically from the activity options, so be sure to take advantage of this feature. Now I'd like to talk about some health alerts. From the settings, go to Notifications and Alerts, then Health and Wellness. The daily summary shows you a quick summary of how your daily activities and stress have affected your body battery, and this will be shown a couple hours before your sleep time. The next one is Stress Alerts, which, as the name implies, alerts you when you have higher than usual stress levels. And by the way, most of these are off and you need to turn them on yourself, and please do so. You got to take advantage of all these features. The next one is Rest Alert, and this is useful if you want to know if a restful period has improved your body battery. Abnormal HR is another great feature, but this only works during rest, not during activities. But if you want to, you can still get heart rate alerts during your activities as well. But these won't be necessarily abnormal. It's just a threshold that you set to trigger an alert. And to set this up, go to your activity, then from Activity Options, tap Alerts, and add a new one. In fact, this isn't just limited to HR alerts, but you can do all sorts of alerts. For example, you can set a reminder after, say, 5 kilometers to drink water, or you can set up a proximity alert and so on. Recovery heart rate is a good indicator of a cardiac health. To find out about your recovery heart rate, as soon as your activity is done and you press the stop button, scroll and tap Recovery Heart Rate. Then be sure to sit down and stay still during this 2-minute measurement, otherwise If you're moving around, the result won't be accurate. Every morning when you wake up, you get a morning report, and there is a way to customize it to your liking or get rid of it altogether. Here's how. From the settings, go to notifications and alerts, then morning report, and either turn it off, or if you want to customize it, tap edit report. Now you can either delete these individually or add new ones. I also promised you in the last video that I would test the battery life with moderate use, and it lasted me a total of 9 days and a couple of hours. All right, so you've learned a lot of cool things about this watch, but what about the app? If you want to know how to use the Garmin Connect app like a pro, watch the video on your screen next.